3, 2. Oh shit, we're live. Hey, what's up, party people? It's week 11. It's your boy, Commissioner, coming at you hot live from 956. Doing big things down here, you know, trying to mount a comeback of sorts. We had a busy week 10. Just getting crowded. You know, what else are you going to say? It's just getting crowded. Nobody's above 7 wins. We got 2 teams now. Peter is now a 7-win team. You know that boy's hungry for it. Woo-wee! Still has a little ways to go to reach Matt before he gets that #1 spot. But right now, you got Peter and Matt currently at the #1 spot and the #2 spot. 4 teams at 6 and 4, 3 teams at 5 and 5, and teams that are still alive. Sacco and Sean at 4 and 6. Unfortunately, I think our 3 and 7 teams are dead in the water. There's not enough time. Holy fuck, are you serious right now? There's not enough time. Martin, Adam, and Tyler, unfortunately, I think it's over for you. There's too many wins and not enough time to fill the gap. So, here we go. Week 11. Let me just do a real quick recap of week 10 real quick. It was all pretty much dog shit. Logan and Mike's matchup was kind of fun for like just a hairy bit. And everything else was a complete blowout. So, yeah. Oh, Logan and Steven, I apologize. Mike, you and Chalupa Batman there had a close one for a little bit. And then, what's his tits went way the hell off, Cam. So, that took care of that one. That was not very close. So, we're coming into week 11. Got a lot of people tied up. Getting close towards the top. Getting fun. This is the most fun and nerve-wracking part of fantasy football. As we all know, all you need is a couple more wins. Every single win. Those little wins that you lost by freaking tiebreakers. Eli and I know all about that. All matter. So, this week, in a week of tightness, we're going to talk about golf balls. Golf balls are fun. Golf balls are expensive. Golf balls are important. It could really mean the difference between getting that hole-in-one or your ball sticking on the green and not moving, or it hitting the green and continuing to roll and then rolling off the green. As half of us or more in this league are all Ryder Cup players, we all just know the importance of balls. And balls are fun. Let's get into it. First matchup, we got Top Flight versus Noodle. Now, Top Flight is that golf ball when you're a kid where they let you hit a bunch of them because they suck. And you get one, and you're like, oh, okay, cool, that's cool. That's a cool golf ball right there. And then you hit it, and it feels like plastic. It kind of sucks. The older you get, the more you know it blows even worse. And then you come Noodle. Noodle's a fun one. Noodle's like a $2 golf ball. It's maybe two and a half piece there. You get it. They're super smooth. You like hitting them. When you hit them well, they go far, and it makes you excited. But when you lose one, you know, you're not that upset about it. Right now we're talking about 3 and 7 Matt Martin versus 6 and 4 Logan Brown. And let's get into this one. You got Kid Cudi going against Tampa against Breeze. That's an easy one. Logan has the advantage. Darkwa and Dougie. Darkwa's got Kansas City, not an easy one. Dougie's got Miami. Dougie sucks right now because the offense sucks. Latavius Murray, you got the Rams. I don't trust him. Eckler, who cares? Matt Martin has the advantage there, just pretty much because of Doug Fresh. Doug Fresh is due. Golden Tate against Chicago. Landry, Tampa Bay, and Mohamed Sanu has Seattle. It's not a terrible lineup. A.J. Green and Adam Thielen and Robert Woods. That's the meat of Logan's lineup right now with the Zekeless team here. A.J. Green and Thielen have been doing work. So is Woods. Goodness gracious. Freaking Rams. I don't get it. Jimmy Graham. That's a big hope for Matt. And then you got Zeus going against the Giants. That's juicy. This is probably the best tight end matchup of the entire week. Logan is by far the better golf ball, even if it's a 2-piece golf ball. It's just better. Noodle is a better brand. I still play me some Noodles when I'm starting to struggle. I don't want to hit those good golf balls, my $4, $5 golf balls, especially the one with the little Mexican dude in the flag, you know what I'm talking about. You don't want to hit those out of bounds. So I take a noodle every now and then. I like it. Give me Logan to take advantage of this victory. And this, my other friends, will be a huge win for Logan, as I believe the 7-win is the mark. 7-win mark is the mark to make the playoffs, and I believe Logan is going to get it. And if he doesn't, that's going to be bad news. But I think he does. Good for you, Logan. Next matchup, we got a tough one. We have Srixon golf balls versus Volvic golf balls. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Srixon, fun golf ball. Not used by most average players. You know, your average players are using Bridgestones, Callaways, Titleist, TaylorMade golf balls. But Srixon, they got some good golf balls, man. Their high-dollar golf ball is pretty good golf ball. It's got some good spin. You know, it's very soft, but just not a lot of people use it. Pros even use them. You know, there's a couple pros. I think Ernie Els was a Srixon sponsor for a hot minute. Volvic, they're about as good as crap. You know, they're really pretty. You know, I was looking at them. They have like a bunch of colors. You can get like off colors, like a off purple, metallic. They just metallic purple, metallic blue. It's real pretty. So of course I'm talking about 5-5 Eli versus 3-7 Adam. The pretty aspect is how pretty Adam's lineup looked at the beginning of the year, and how dog shit it all just turned out for him. Unfortunately, he wasn't struck by the injury bug. He was struck by, I drafted players that were supposed to be good, and they all like to suck a lot of dick bug. Russell Wilson has Atlanta. I think he's going to be just fine. David Carr is New England. They are in Mexico City, which I don't know. You know, it's at a higher elevation. Neither of these teams are from high elevation areas. New England didn't seem to get bothered by it last week in Denver. But regardless, Russell Wilson's better player, better hot streak, better team. Give me Eli to take advantage there. Jay Ajayi, finally Eli gets to use him. Mix in against Denver. Ajayi has Dallas, which should be juicy if Sean Lee's not there. Kenyon Drake, Deion Lewis has Oakland. Buck Allen against Green Bay. This is easy. Eli has the advantage. Des Bryant has Philly. Could be tough. Mike Evans has Miami. Fucking Tampa Bay's offense. Sterling Shepard has KC. He's the only weapon in town, and freaking Eli Manning used him a bunch last week. Nuke has Arizona. That should be okay. Devonta Adams has Baltimore. Seems like Hundley's favorite target there in Green Bay. Jordan Reed or Milo. He's not going to play. Vernon Davis has New Orleans. And Charles Clay. Eli swipes the board here. This is just not even close. If any, you could use the cheap Srixon balls, and they're better than a Volvic. But we're talking about the Srixon balls that, you know, it belongs in the conversation when you're doing lab testing. The Srixon ball belongs there. But most people, at the end of the day, just don't gravitate towards that ball. But it definitely belongs there in the conversation. Next golf balls we got a Precept golf ball versus a Strata golf ball. Let that sink in. Those are two really bad golf balls. Precepts, whatever. I remember growing up when I first got into golf, and like when I go see my boy Juan, aka Sean, Logan, Adam, Ryan's not in R.I.P. Peter. Who else is in the freaking Grove from the South? Rolly. That dude on hole 6 at Tony Butler, fucking dude's name is on Juan. Dude's name is Felipe. Go fucking figure. I called him Juan for fucking 12 years of my life. Name's Felipe. So I go to my boy Felipe, give him $5 and get like 10. Actually, I get you 20 as a quarter ball. Get you like 20 golf balls, and I'd always get like 10 of those Precepts because like, get that nasty ass slice and just shove him right out of bounds on the 6th hole or 7th hole there, and he was like, "Oh, thanks for the business." Like, fuck you, Felipe. So Stratas, no one ever uses them. No one really cares about them. They're all garbage. We're talking about 4-6 Sean going against Tyler, 3-7. Sean has some life left. He got a huge win. He's on a winning streak, I believe, and you know, he's not going to make noise if he makes the playoffs. But there's just a small world where if he can get like crazy hot and some of these crazy flyers he has go off, he can get enough wins to make the playoffs. I'm telling you, are we 11? We got 11, 12, and 13. He gets 3 more wins. He's got 7-6. And it's possible. It's possible. Matt Stafford of Chicago. That's a tough matchup. Keenum has the Rams. Sean, that's not really that hard of a decision. D. Henry and Alvin Kamara, who's a straight fire. Love it. That's Washington. Chris Thomas has New Orleans. AP has Houston. Lynch has New England. Tyler has the advantage there. Although Kamara is good enough to do it all by himself. But still kind of a, man, that New Orleans State's backfield eventually will cool down. They can't both drop 40 points every week. That's crazy. Cole Beasley, he didn't have a flex or another receiver, but I'm figuring he's going to play Aguilar, who has Dallas. That's a good matchup. His flex, who knows? Baldwin and Reek, that's why it doesn't matter. Baldwin and Reek are better players. Both are on fire right now. Both have good matchups. Tyler just has the advantage. Got Rudolph the Red Zone Reindeer has the Rams, and I'm not sure who it matters that Tyler finds on the waiver. Sean has the advantage there. It's a tough one, man. Even though I think Sean has the better golf ball, I think birthday magic prevails this week. As you know, Tyler's birthday is coming up. I believe it is tomorrow. Sorry, Tyler, if I got that wrong. I think Tyler takes the victory here. Sends Sean to 4-7. Tyler gets to 4-7. Both these teams are out of it, and they're looking forward to next year, trying to avoid Sacco like the plague. So we're on to the next matchup. We got a Pinnacle versus a Pro V1. Whew, there's a big one. Finally, a big number. So Pinnacles are fun. I remember playing Pinnacles, and like they had that fun little symbol that looked like the golf ball was like on fire, and it was just like. And I remember, I'm gonna get my Pinnacle and hit that shit out of the bunker. I was always in the bunkers, and it's a fun golf ball. But it's really, at the end of the day, it's kind of a shitty golf ball. Now that get a little older, get a little more educated, golf ball is kind of a hard plastic. It doesn't bounce well off the putter surface, but it's not the worst golf ball out there. I mean, it's just a really average golf ball. Pro V1s. Super sexy, super, super yummy. They're the ones that get all the commercials. All the pros are playing them. You get the difference between the 1 and the 1X, where really it just comes down to spin. You want your ball coming off the drive, going a little further. Do you want a little more workability and control when you're hitting into the greens? Pro V1 gives you that option of having some workability. It's one a little more spin. Of course, we're talking about Sacco versus Steven. And the 6-4 Steven Lev Bell led team is bound for the playoffs here. So Eli Manning, excuse me, I just threw up, and Kirk Cousins has a tough matchup. But fuck you, I am not taking Eli Manning. Give me Steve with the advantage. Shady and CJA, not the worst, but apparently the Bills are changing quarterbacks, so no thank you. Lev Bell alone will give Steve the advantage here, but I'll continue. Lamar Miller, Alex Collins has Green Bay. Steve. Michael Thomas, Mark Cooper, and Demaryius Thomas all have plus matchups. I like it. The Thomases have Washington, Cincinnati. Mark Cooper has New England and Oklahoma, or Mexico City. Jamison Crowder and Juju Smith. Ugh. I like Sacco with the advantage there. Zach Ertz, who is coming back from injury and bye week, and he's got Ingram versus KC. Ingram scored like 4 straight weeks. I'm going to have to go with Ingram here just because if Ertz is still hurt, we don't really know what his usage will be. And I'd rather just go with something I know is going to be all right. So I'll take Steven Ingram, who's on fire. Is this the upset special? Is the Pinnacle going to be better than Pro V1? Nope. Steven wins it. I think it's going to be a little close than we think. I think some of these receivers are going to get a little hot. Michael Thomas is Demaryius Thomas. Mark Cooper, I think there's some points there to score, man. Tennessee and Pittsburgh face them Thursday nights. Those games aren't always high scoring. Pittsburgh's offense hasn't been reliable. But I think Steven will prevail and get to 7-4, get to that magic number to get him in the playoffs. The next matchup is a fun one. Wow. Apologize for my tiredness. It was a long day. Getting tired. So, we have Bridgestone versus Wilson. Not talking about Wilson from the movie Castaway. I'm talking about Wilson golf balls. Not volleyballs, golf balls. Bridgestone. Bridgestone is that really fun ball that, dude, this ball, like, it's very, they got a ton of options. You got control, you got spin, you got distance off the tee, you got just anything you want. They're very innovative. They're always coming out with new stuff. But the thing I like the most about these golf balls is they're the type of golf ball where, like, you can hit, and you can hit it, left or right. Oh, fuck, I just lost a goddamn golf ball, man. It was like a $5 golf ball. It sucks. And then just when you think it's lost, it shows up. It's right there. And, like, you're like, damn, dude, I thought I lost this golf ball, but there it is, though. And that's just a good feeling, man. Like, this is the type of team that everyone had striked off the map, and this team is motherfucking coming back, son. We're coming back. We got Wilson golf balls. No one really cares about them. They're doing all right. People know the brand. They got a lot of money in the brand, but they're just not good enough to get the job done. And I think this kind of golf ball is rolling off the map in a scurry. I had a lot of faith in this golf ball earlier in the season, and it's letting me down. Put up a measly 50 points last week? What did we do last week here? What is this? What is this shit? 51.8 points. That is not good. Talking about Jamie versus Rolly. 5-5 Jamie versus 6-4 Rolly. Jared Goff led. All hail Goff. Guys, Minnesota. A little worried about the matchup there, but not too worried. It kind of depends on that defensive lineman for Minnesota. If he's out again, I'm gonna roll all Goff, all just jacking off, all over it. Put the crown on, bitch. Matty Ice has Seattle. Matty Ice seemed to get going last week, but did he? I don't know. Sean Lee got hurt. Cowboys offense couldn't do anything. Was he really that much better? I don't know. We'll see. If he does it in Seattle this week, I'll give him some more credit. Gurley has, I think, the #1 matchup against running backs on the negative side in Minnesota, so that's not great, but what are you going to do? You got to play Gurley. Coleman has lost his Freeman problem. Woohoo! Seattle, I'm going to play DeMarco against Pitt, even though I don't love it. I don't really have a good flex option. Melly G stifled last week, but has a good Buffalo matchup. I think he's going to score. Leonard Fournette has a tough matchup in Cleveland. Both those guys looked weird last week, so who knows? Maybe DeMarco had a good week. Those two had a bad week. This time it'll get right. So Rolly definitely has the advantage at those two studs. Not by much though. I think my running backs are catching some wind here. I like it. Receivers are pretty abysmal. Fitzmagic, they're playing Houston. Marquise Lee has Cleveland. Alshon Jeffrey has Dallas. That's delicious. And Crab Apples has New England and Mexico. Sorry. Give me Rolly with the advantage there. Cameron Brate versus Jared Cook. Rolly has advantage there. It's not even close. I'm going to take the cake here. I hate picking myself, but I'm just trying to be as accurate as I can and to be non-biased. Bridgestones just tend to be better golf balls than Wilson golf balls. Sorry, Rolly, I love you, but when we play each other, I got to take the better team, and my team's on a streak right now. Next golf balls, getting into some fun ones. We have the Callaway versus Pro V1X. Callaway golf balls, man, that's a brand that just can't ever turn the corner on companies like companies like Titleist and companies like TaylorMade, who before last year, TaylorMade was just kind of like the ugly third freaking sister, and it was always like Titleist, Callaway. TaylorMade put some TP5s out, TP5Xs. They get some, they get their spider putters out there. They get those fucking sexy ass M1, M2s, though. And they just work in the golf industry. Holy crap. TaylorMade is on the up and up. Callaway, though, they're like, they're always reaching for the coattails and just can never, ever be good enough. I think more people buy their shitty golf balls than their good ones. And then we have Pro V1X. Now that's a golf ball I can get behind right there. That's my golf ball of choice. I love it. I like to pretend that I can hit a driver. Most people in this party know I can't, but up here I can. That's what's important. Of course, we're talking about 5-5 CJ versus 7-3 Peter. Peter, you're making me proud, dog. I called you from day one. You and my day one. You're proving me right so far. Tom has Oakland and my skull footer. Alex Smith has Giants. That's delicious. Give me Peter. Alex Smith is going to donkey rape the Giants. Alamo against Philly, that's not pretty. Blunt against Dallas, that's not pretty. Blunt is behind a giant now. Marky Mark has Washington, yum yum. Jay Howard has Detroit, yum yum. Crowell has the Jacksonville, no. Peter is the advantage in that one, of course. Brandon Cooks, Oakland, that's a good stack, like it. Richard Mahfouz in Pittsburgh. Kenny Stills has Tampa. That's not a bad matchup there. Julio and Cooper Kupp. I'm gonna take CJ there. I think Brandon Cooks gets him a cookie this week. I think he's gonna get in the end zone, get in that swimming pool. Jay Witt versus Fedor, folks, and Jay Witt has a cake. Give me CJ again. It's sort of close, but it's sort of not close. Give me the Pro V1X golf ball here. It's just better. And you know the thing about the Pro V1X, even though it hits better off the driver, it's still super, super yummy on the freaking greens, man. You putt the sucker, and it doesn't even feel like you're putting anything. It feels like you're putting marshmallows. I'm a big fan of marshmallows. Now, for the last game of the week, we have the Nike golf ball versus the TaylorMade TP5. Like I said earlier, big fan of the TP5. Growing up, Nike was my favorite. I was always a Nike whore. Sean knows the addiction. I think Logan knows the addiction as well. I didn't grow up with the other North fucks, but I know Sean and Logan, as myself, are brand whores, and we were Nike fags. So, when I said were, I meant still are. Nike, good golf ball, but they're kind of falling off the map. I think they stopped selling gear. I think they're only selling clothes now. This is the kind of golf ball that started off fantastic and is screaming down the hill, begging to have a wreck, begging to hit a tree or a rock to stop them. Going up against TaylorMade TP5, it's a brand new yummy golf ball. Team South approved last year. Didn't come through for us, but you know it wasn't the golf ball's fault. It was user operator malfunction errors, coupled with Logan Brown being a stud and Man Ross, aka Sacco, aka MVP, aka dude, where's my car? Gotta have a kid in December. My nigga, my OG, best trader in the league. You know, you gotta trade with that dude. If you hadn't traded with that dude, you don't know what trading's like. That guy just takes your balls and just it feels magical. So, back where was I? The TaylorMade TP5, great golf ball, love it. Sexy, does everything you want. Competes against the Pro V1X, or excuse me, the Pro V1 and the TP5 is really super sexy. Weird, both brothers are the ones with super spin. It's the ginger in them, it's the red hair. Watch out for those guys. Carson Wentz has Dallas, that's delicious. Big Ben has Tennessee. Big Ben just can't get it going. Until he does, then I don't care. And then I'll think about it. Give me Matt. Jamal Charles. Jared McKinnon has the Rams. Those are pretty shitty. Kareem Hunt. DJ Ward. No one cares. Mikey has the advantage because of Kareem and my Hunt. Nelson. Kelvin. Again, Jr. is kind of ugly. Antonio Brown. That's a name. That's a name that makes TaylorMade 5. TP5, you know what I'm talking about. Marvin Jones had a bad week last week, but it's 1 out of the last 3. He's been savage. Paul Richardson. He's going to have a pretty good bounce back week. Against Atlanta. Mikey has the advantage there. Easy. Gronk, and doesn't really matter who Mike has because Gronk is the best. Matt has the cake there. I believe this will be a good matchup. You know, initially I wanted to give Mike this a runaway to get to 7-4, send Matt to 7-4. But seeing these matchups, there's a world. There is a world where that Nike golf ball just has one day. That's all it needs is one day. And there's a world where it can get it and take advantage of Mike and ensure that he has a good playoff spot. Matt is already at that 7-win spot, and I think that's going to be enough, unless I'm just crazy. I hadn't really looked too hard at the schedule, but just kind of getting a feel for people beating each other up. I think 7 wins is going to be enough. Mikey takes the cake here, though. TaylorMade TV5s are too good. They have newer technology, just better golf balls. You had dudes like Dustin Johnson, Sergio. You get the good guys. You get the right guys using it. You know what I mean? And I like TaylorMade. With all that said, my people, we got a week before Thanksgiving. You better start doing them crunches. Get on the elliptical, you fat fucks. Stop shoving shit in your mouth and get ready for Turkey Day, because the shit's coming. Next week, unfortunately, yours truly will not be doing your projections. I have a special guest, someone I trust with my whole heart, that's going to do them, and I put all my faith in that gentleman because I love him, and I love y'all. So, with all that said, your commissioner is done talking. 26 minutes is enough time. I love y'all. Good luck this week. And, Broly, I hope I beat you. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.